soldiers are protected from conventional weapons of war, but the current helmet is not specifically designed for the blast wave created by an improvised explosive device, or IED. A soldier caught in the path of the explosion could suffer a brain injury, even if he walks away without a scratch. In a one-of-a-kind blast facility at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, engineers precisely generate the battlefield shockwave from an IED.
This is basically a shock tube that was developed here at UNL. It's used to simulate blast waves.
Pressure in the tube builds up until it breaks through and explodes, releasing a powerful wave that is a duplicate of the IED blast wave.
The pressure, and that is the actual pressure.
In a control room next door, engineers are able to generate the exact complex profile of an actual shockwave. High-speed video captures what happens in only 1/1000th of a second. The specially designed shock tube could lead to a new generation of protective headgear and body armor.
So one purpose will be to experimentally evaluate different headgears, the head protection systems. So we do not fully rely on the feedback from the field. We can, at least at the first stage in the laboratory, we know which type of design will be effective, which type of design will not be effective.
The shockwave facility is part of UNL's Trauma Mechanics Research Initiative, a collaborative venture supported by the U.S. Army.
As engineers, we are interested in increasing the quality of life. By understanding what causes the brain injuries, we are really helping mitigate or eliminate that process.
The goal of another project is development of the realistic explosive dummy head, or red head, to help answer questions about how brain damage occurs. Tiny fiber optic sensors record what happens when the red head is hit with a blast wave.
We needed to create something that would mimic that in terms of how the pressure wave passes through that material and what happens to the shape of that pressure profile. That way we can better understand what happens when traumatic brain injury is developing.
Engineering mechanics professor Joe Turner wants to know what happens when the human body is under stress.
We're testing bone, we're testing cartilage, we're also doing other tissues that are even softer. The goal is to extract the properties so that we can put them into computational models. I think if we can understand the mechanisms, then you can design better treatments. And from a soldier standpoint, it's to design better protection.
In another lab, magnetic resonance imaging scans are used to create computer models that simulate the response to a blast wave. Researchers also study how brain cells behave under strain and pressure.
This is a very important project. If we can get some progressing on this, many people can benefit from this result.
Traumatic brain injury reaches far beyond the battlefield. About 1.4 million people sustain a traumatic brain injury each year, most cases because of a fall or motor vehicle accident.
If successful, this kind of research could really go a long way towards protecting people, not only military personnel, but also civilians.
That's why the University of Nebraska Medical Center collaborates with UNL. Bill Mahan and Matthew Kelso say trauma mechanics research will help their own efforts to shed light on brain injury.
It was a chance for us to look at brain damage in a different way and to take our research to the next level.
I think it is important that we collaborate across institutions to tackle important problems like blast traumatic brain injury.
Through UNL's Trauma Mechanics Research Initiative, researchers hope to understand why and how a blast wave causes injury using a unique blast facility and the specially designed red head, use computer simulations to test human neurons and tissue in order to better understand traumatic brain injury, and provide leadership to help U.S. soldiers in the field.
We are interested in understanding how we can make these helmets and other protective devices better so that it can withstand the new threat in terms of the shockwave of IEDs.
It's one of the greatest opportunities I've ever had, being part of this project.
This is for saving life.
Trauma Mechanics Research, a chance to change lives and save them.